there's 17 major denominations or something. Somebody's wrong about something. I mean, if there's only 160,000 people going to heaven, I am screwed. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to wipe away dogma from the process. And that has happened since losing something, because I feel so attached to the other side. I feel so attached to, it's ironic because I can't yell at God and go, you don't know how this feels. Because he does. I'm like, oh boy, he really picked the worst thing.
Yeah.
Let it happen to him.
Whoa.
So I can't go, you don't know how this feels. I mean, he
Yes,
does
I
know
do.
how it feels.
Yes, I do.
And it's funny because I've never been a big, like well, first of all, we were raised in this church where the rapture, I don't know if you remember the rapture talk all the time. I came home from school and was literally expecting
Nobody would be there.
all the time. If my mom was in the backyard, I'd be freaking, oh my God, the rapture happened. They showed us this movie called A Thief in the Night when we were little kids. I had nightmares till I was 30 about The Thief in the Night. And A Thief in the Night stole my childhood is what it did. And it was a thief, all right. So the terror of like death, what was going to happen after the judgment. Oh God, don't say that. That's the unforgivable sin. You can't use the Lord's name. Who hasn't used the Lord's name in vain accidentally at some point? It's the I was taught if you say GD, you're going to hell. No forgiving, no way around that. Literally, that was kind of part of the thing. We were taught if you committed suicide, you've committed murder as your life. I just don't buy into that. Who had a worse day than the person that committed suicide? How gracious is this? So my mother is an unbelievably great woman and a Christian to the nth degree, and she's a giver and all the good things. But some of the fundamentalism is there, and there are some people that we care about that have some beliefs that we wouldn't tend to believe. And I said, so do you think they're going to hell? Something that I would have been taught. And she said, I don't know, which is, I love, I don't know. We're all growing. And even my 78-year-old mother, who's almost perfect. And I said, do you think they're going to hell? She said, I don't know. I would love to hear more preachers say, I don't know. Instead of telling me who's going to hell all the time, it bugs the crap out of me. I don't know. And I said, well, let me ask you this. If you had, and these are good people, they just have some beliefs that we don't have. Good people. And I said, if you had the switch, if you were the switch flipper for the electric chair or the Dr. Evil hell drop, would you flip the switch and send them there? And she said, no, of course I wouldn't. And I said, don't you think God has more grace than you do? And she was like, okay. And there was, by the way, my mom knows the Bible backwards and forwards. When I have a question, I call her and I get it from her. I'm grateful for the knowledge and information, but and I don't just mean you and I or me and my mom or me and my siblings or the people I know, but we as in a culture have grown up a certain way. And if we grew up Muslim, we have a certain belief system. I grew up Baptist, we have a certain belief system. My wife grew up Catholic. She has we are raised with that ailment sometimes of that knowledge. And the deal is, I'm not sure, I'm trying to strip away the things that man created to go along with this God thing and say all of these differences, there's 17 major denominations or something. Somebody's wrong about something. I mean, if there's only 160,000 people going to heaven, I am screwed. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to wipe away dogma from the process. And that has happened since losing something, because I feel so attached to the other side. I feel so attached to there's someone on the other side of this life that I want to see just as bad as anyone I want to see on this side. And that is a new thing. And so like I always say, I'm not playing in traffic, I'm not trying to die, but I'm no longer afraid of it. And that's a gift. It's crazy to go through life not being afraid to die.